Hi everyone, I'm Reva Rampalli from Bio 121. I welcome you all to my presentation on climate change and extreme heat, where I will report on the rise of climate change and talk about the severe effects of climate change on the weather, humanity, environment, and to our planet. So, what is climate change? And what is this extreme heat all about? In the next 5 minutes, I will walk you through not only about what these are, but also about why extreme heat is rising and how it impacts us and what we can do about it. Although there is a relationship between climate and weather, they are in fact different. Weather is a specific event or condition that happens over a period of hours or days. For example, a thunderstorm, a snowstorm, and today's temperature all describe the weather. Climate refers to the average weather conditions in a certain place over many years, such as warming temperatures. A rise in the average global temperature has led to other changes around the world, in the atmosphere, on the land, in the oceans, such as changing rain and snow patterns, more extreme weather events, such as melting glaciers and warmer seas. Can you guess the major reason behind climate change? It's us. Human activities are the main driver for climate change. Let's all recognize that climate change is not a future problem. It's happening now. Let's talk about extreme heat. It is way too hot and way too humid than the average temperature. Are you surprised to know that 15 of the last 16 years have been extremely hot across the world? No wonder. Think of the news we hear daily. In California, there are new wildfires every day because of the dry, extreme heat. Fossil fuels releasing greenhouse gases trap heat in the atmosphere. This leads to global warming. As we can see in this pie chart here, carbon dioxide tops the list at 65%. And you will be surprised to know the majority of greenhouse gases are emitted by our household use of heat and electricity globally at 25%. Agriculture is next in line at 24%. Should we all think of our farming practices of 100 years ago? Think of all the sustainability practices we've learned about in previous modules, such as reduced fertilizer and pesticide usage and GMO crops. So, who is responsible for this global warming? Well, as we can see in this image here, the 100 least emitting nations are only responsible for 3% of greenhouse gases, and the top 10 emitting nations are contributing to 70% of global warming. Sadly, the United States is the #1 contributor to global warming in the world. Now, let's talk about how climate change impacts us, our environment, and ultimately our society and economy. There are more than 1 million species now in danger due to the effects of climate change. What happens to all the ecosystems at poles, such as polar bears, when glaciers melt? All the wildfires due to excessive heat, flooding due to strong and unexpected storms. What happens to all the wildlife and ecosystems out there? Let's not forget about all the drought that is brought on by excessive heat, shortage of food, and poverty, leading to diseases and mortality. So, what can we do? Think of the triple R: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Buy only what you can eat. Eat all that you buy. Let's not waste food. Let's conserve water. Let's think of clean energy. Can we switch off our fans? Can we switch off our lights? Can we switch off our air conditioning when it's not needed? Can we switch to solar energy, electric cars, and perhaps more public transportation? Can you ride your bike or take a walk to the grocery store instead of driving in your car to get there? Saving the planet starts at your kitchen, at your dining table, in your garage. Remember, Earth is the only planet that has life. Guys, let's all work towards saving it for our future generations. Here are some of the resources that I researched. If you'd like to learn more details, please feel free to take a look at them. Thank you all for joining me in my learning journey on climate change and extreme heat.